When we come back here on the show, let's teach the folks at home and in their cars right now what to do for the big game to make sure you make the perfect meal and the perfect rib. DA, CBS Sports Radio. Welcome back, DA, with you here on CBS Sports Radio, and a happy Wednesday to you as we prepare for the Super Bowl coming up here in about 10 days from now. Next week we'll be in Minnesota. Super Bowl Radio Row all week long. NFL players are strongest under pressure, so is Castrol Edge, the official motor oil sponsor of the NFL. Vote for the Castrol Edge Clutch Performer of the Year at NFL.com/Castrol Edge today. And our next guests actually changed my lives. I'm serious about this. They changed my life. And we welcome on Anthony Cibona, as well as Chris, his buddy, as they are working together at Hot Rods BBQ, and they have some amazing food. They brought it in before. And guys, good morning. Thanks so much for coming in. Chris is here to help us with some beer pairings, which is amazing. But Anthony, I got to tell you a story. Last year you came in around the Super Bowl and you taught us how to make wings.
That's right.
You said the crucial part of making the best wings at home is different textures. So however you do it, whether it's the grill, whether it's pan-fried, whether it's in the oven baked or in the crock pot, utilize at least two of them. And I could never make a good wing. And so since you told me that, I went crock pot first, and then slow roasted at about 200 degrees for a couple of hours after the crock pot, the wings. And now I've become the wing king in my family. Everybody's saying, DA, make the wings. And this is because of you. So thank you. I'm telling you, it's brilliant. It's genius.
Well, thank you very much, DA. I'm glad I could make you the wing king of your house.
Yeah, the wing king.
Thanks for having us on the show again for our third time.
My pleasure. But that really is the key, right? If you are making wings for the Super Bowl, trying to do them at least two different ways, however you do them, is the key to kind of make them fall off the bone.
Absolutely, because as I said at the restaurant, we smoke them and then we deep fry them just to tighten them up and give them a little crispiness. So I'm sure with you, you're cooking them in a crock pot, getting that nice tender, soft texture, and then you're tightening them up in the oven.
That's right.
It's beautiful.
It's awesome. Yeah. So you guys brought in ribs this time around.
Yeah,
so
we figured we'd change it up.
Last year was wings. Now you got ribs. Now, it's only 10:23 a.m. Eastern time, but it's never too early to eat ribs, right?
No, they go good with coffee, too. But we're going to do beer today.
Ribs and coffee. I like that very much. Now, Chris, you brought in a whole bunch of beers over here. And
yes,
so
sir.
What's the overall idea, if you're going to have ribs or maybe wings as well, but what's the overall idea when you buy the beer or the alcohol for your Super Bowl party?
Well, ribs for me, pairing dry rub on the ribs plus the barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
They should be paired with something that's sweet, malty. Normally stouts go very, very well with ribs.
Okay, interesting.
So I brought in one stout today.
Okay.
Pretty hard to get one.
Okay.
Really, really great one.
Okay, what kind is that?
This is from Founders Brewing,
that's
Grand
the
Rapids,
Founders.
Michigan. This is the CBS, the Canadian Breakfast Stout.
The other CBS. Okay, very
Yes.
good. All right, I like this. You got the CBS
You
stout.
like that tie-in there?
Yeah, very nice. So you like the stout with the ribs because it pairs pretty well.
Yes. The maltiness of the stout and the chocolate from the peat that's in it pairs up really well with the smokiness of the ribs.
Okay, very cool. All right, that's great. Can I check out that bottle?
Sure
Founders does some great stuff, don't they? They have some great beers. I've had a number of other Founders before.
Yeah, that's their most anticipated release of the year, the CBS.
So this is the CBS. It actually has a Mountie on a horse, and it says Imperial Stout brewed with chocolate and coffee aged in maple syrup bourbon barrels. This is 11.7 alcohol percentage by volume. This is a good-looking beer right here.
Absolutely.
I've never had this, and it's ice cold, too. Is it supposed to be cold? How do you like to serve this?
Temperature it's at now, it's been out of the ice for about an hour and a half now. So room temperature, 50, 55 degrees is a great temperature for this beer. It gets better as it gets a little bit warmer. You don't want to serve this beer ice cold.
Okay, interesting. Very cool. When you make the ribs, if you're trying to make them at home, what's some tips for people making ribs if they're going to make them for the game?
Well, obviously, if you have a smoker, to smoke them for about 3 to 4 hours is perfect with a wrapping in it. But if you don't have a smoker, you only have a barbecue grill, I suggest putting them in a pan and kind of steaming them. Put about an inch of water at the bottom of the pan, and you want to stand those ribs up in that pan.
You taught us this last year. Stand them up vertical. Don't lay them down.
Don't lay them down because then they're going to actually kind of boil. But if you steam them for about 3 hours, just till the bone feels like they're going to pop off, take them off, let them cool off, and then finish them on your grill. Same idea as what you're doing with the wings. and then you finish them with the sauce. A lot of people make a big mistake and they cook their ribs in sauce. And a lot of times the sugar content will dry out the ribs, suck the moisture out. So you always just want to finish your ribs with sauce.
Okay, this is a really good thing here because I've tried to make ribs before and they come out real tough. Yeah. And so the key here is, and I probably did them, like you said, in the water, kind of laying down, or just maybe not even any water. But what you're trying to do is steam them to cook them at first. Vertical, you just kind of bunch them up or something like that, right?
Stick another small pan in there or something.
And then just a little bit of water?
Yeah, usually about an inch of water. Sometimes we use some beer. You can use beer or wine.
Good idea.
I can also add the flavor to it, like beer with some bourbon in it or something would be really fantastic.
Okay, very cool. And then how long are you cooking that for, steaming it?
I mean, it obviously depends on the thickness of the rib because you got all the different thicknesses.
Okay.
But I'd say 3 to 5 hours is the standard cook time at around 200 to 225 degrees.
And so you're
low and slow.
Putting it in a pan and then putting aluminum foil over it?
Yep. Cover the whole thing so you're actually keeping the heat and the steam in there and keeping that process going very slow.
Are you adding any beer or water to it or just letting it go?
Just letting it go.
Okay, so for 3 to 5 hours at about 200 degrees.
Yeah, because the ribs themselves are going to render out some fat, so you're not going to lose the juice at the bottom of the pan.
Okay, so then after that, let's say we did them for about 3 or 4 hours. Then after that, you're throwing them on the grill?
Yes, on the grill, or if you didn't have a grill, you could do them in a broiler. But it's that finishing stage at a higher heat. You want to be up about 300 degrees, and you're popping them in for just a few minutes. You start seeing them crinkle and move a little bit, and that's when you hit them with the sauce.
So only a few minutes there on the finishing stage?
10 minutes tops, because otherwise, at that high temperature, you're going to really dry them out.
Okay, so 300 degrees, you said, at about 10 minutes.
Yep, or on top of a grill, right on the propane, you could throw it.
And same thing, about 10 minutes on a grill?
Exactly.
Okay, and then, so we haven't even put the sauce on there yet.
You want to do the sauce the last minute, always.
While it's on the heat or
Yes.
after it comes off?
I mean, while it's on the heat.
Okay.
Especially if you have a sauce with a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah.
It has a tendency to glaze up and sticky. We call it get sticky.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Is there a type of barbecue sauce that you suggest our listeners getting? Because a lot of supermarkets have a lot of different cool barbecue sauces.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it really depends on your profile. If you want to go with more vinegar sauce or a sweeter sauce, I mean, in the store, Sweet Baby Ray's is fantastic. I think most people go for a sweet sauce, especially on barbecue ribs.
Yeah. Okay. So sweet sauce on barbecue ribs, sweet sauce on wings. You're going stout. That's the key here, Chris. That's what you're saying pairs the best.
Correct.
Okay. How about just normal wings that are just like roasted? Because you guys brought in roasted wings. Those are amazing. What would be a good pairing there?
With wings like that, you would go with something. Sorry.
It's okay.
Something a little lighter, like a Pilsner. Something that's a little crisper, a little cleaner, because it's not going to overpower the lighter flavor of the wings at that point.
Right. Yeah, Pilsner is a great idea. I like it. And so this is great because, people I think can try to pick up the kind of keys and the secrets of making their own stuff. And you guys do amazing stuff at Hot Rods, and you guys have your own brand new barbecue sauce. Is that right?
Yeah, with maple bourbon barbecue.
Maple bourbon barbecue.
Oh, yeah, and
I
that's
like this.
So we put on one of the wings, and then we had a special wing sauce we made last week. It was called Apple Fire, and it's got Fireball and Applejack in it, and we want you to try those too. But that is a deep fried wing we brought. So sometimes we smoke our wings like real barbecue style, but our day-old wings, we cut them up into pieces, and we deep fry them for about 45 seconds. And the texture of the meat becomes like butter.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. And we toss those in the hotter applesauce for you.
So those are day-old wings that...
Yep.
Okay, and so this is interesting as well because if people have leftover wings
Yep.
the day after
or
the
ribs.
Super Bowl
Yep.
or ribs,
Yep.
what's the key then? You got a day-old rib, you got a day-old wing. What do you do here?
I mean, your reheating process, obviously the best barbecue is when it comes right off the pit, for
Sure.
sure. But with the deep frying process really adds a lot of texture and moisture to your rib, especially if it's a day old. I mean, you want to bring it back to life, and that's going to do it for you.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. That's a great tip. So Applejack and Fireball.
Yeah,
What?
that's the basics, and there's a little red pepper flake, so there's a little bit of heat on the back end.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you're going to love them because the flavor profile is completely different than anything you've ever had.
Okay. Mraz, you ready for this?
I am so super jacked up. I purposely forgot my lunch at home today.
What are you going to host the Super Bowl party, Mraz?
I will be hosting a Super Bowl party as well.
What do
I
you got planned?
honestly have not decided the menu yet. Not decided. That's all going to be a work in progress come Saturday. I want to get that all planned before we leave for Minnesota.
I hosted a small gathering for the championship games and then also New Year's Eve. And both times I made the wings that Anthony suggested, and everybody absolutely loves them. So you got some great tips, man. You helped me out. You made me seem way more smarter than I am.
Well, that's what we're here for. That's why you keep having me back, I guess.
That's right. Yeah. That and Mraz really likes breakfast wings and breakfast ribs. So you guys, Hot Rods BBQ, located in New Jersey.
Yes.
Where can our listeners find you?
We're in Wharton, New Jersey. If you just Google Hot Rods, I'm sure we're going to come up. We have a full liquor license with over 20 craft beers on tap. We specialize in barbecue, ribs, chicken, pork, brisket, as well as we try to push barbecue to the next level now. A lot of places, barbecue restaurants open up everywhere.
Yeah.
So we're just taking this product and getting creative and thinking outside of the box. One of our most popular items is a bacon wrap burnt end, which is a beef product, part of the
Amazing.
brisket, and we smoke those, and we can't keep them in stock. Next to our wings, they're the second best
yeah?
selling appetizer.
Bacon
The next time we'll
wrap.
bring that.
Bacon wrap burnt ends.
Yes.
Oh, I love that idea. I became addicted to burnt ends when I lived in Kansas City, and I just said, if I eever see that on a menu anywhere, I'm always going burnt ends. But a lot of places can't do it really well.
No.
It's a hard one to do.
Well, it's also, the deck. There's two portions of a brisket. There's the flat and the decal, and we use all our decals, which is a fattier portion, for our burn ends. And we cook a lot of brisket at our restaurant. We do about 7 to 10 cases a week, 60 pounds each. So we have to make them. They're handmade. They're touched about 7 times by the human hand before they get to your mouth. So
Yeah.
it's a great product. So the next time you have me in, we're going to be burn ends.
That sounds pretty awesome, man. So that's Hot Rods BBQ in Wharton, New Jersey. Look it up online. Check it out. They're all over social media as well as you can check them out. Chris, give us, before we let you go, a couple of do's and don'ts in terms of beer pairing for Super Bowl parties. What should you be trying to do? What shouldn't you be trying to do? Some mistakes maybe that people sometimes make.
The thing with beer pairings and barbecue is nothing is really a bad pairing.
Okay.
Realistically.
Can't mess this thing up. That's a good thing.
Sorry about that again. Yeah, there's no really bad pairings. There are just, it's all personal taste, and some are better than others.
Okay.
With, if you're doing a brisket, go with a Scotch ale, something that's got a little bit of a bite to it.
Okay.
A little higher alcohol content, but still not overpowering. Roasted wings or fried wings, go
Pilsner.
with something a little lighter, like a Pilsner. Ribs, because rib flavor is usually a lot bolder because of the dry rub and or the barbecue sauce that you choose to put on it. A stout, something with a little more body to it, will pair best with that.
And then if you're eating Fireball ribs and then you're taking Fireball shots, what pairs well with that?
After a few of those, everything pairs great.
Tylenol. Yeah. That's pretty great. Again, that's Hot Rods BBQ. Anthony Cibona from over there. Chris joining us as well, doing the beer pairings. Guys, this is amazing. I can't wait to try the food. We'll tell everybody about the food when we come back from break here, and also watch at Facebook Live, facebook.com/TheDA Show. You'll be able to check out this stuff that we're eating and we're making, that you guys have a good heads up for the game, and then some T-shirts as well.
Yeah, we brought you some T-shirts this
All
time.
right, right on,
you
man.
can brought us, and you can wear it for your Super Bowl party. So when everybody asks you where you learned how to make your awesome wings,
That's right.
You can have this.
That is awesome. Hot Rods BBQ. Very cool. Thanks, guys, as always, man, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks again for having us on.
You got it. My pleasure. When we come back here on the show, sports' greatest modern underdog story, and it's not even happening on the field. DA, CBS Sports.